Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's been a few days, and one of the questions a lot of people have been asking me is, what do you do when you feel you are becoming distracted throughout school? It could be college, high school, junior high, elementary, and they tell me what happens when your personal life distracts you from your education. How do you stay focused? And the truth is, how you stay focused is you have to decide the kind of life that you want for yourself, the kind of future that you want for yourself, the kind of goals that you want to set. Because having an education is a big thing. But sometimes it's not always the easiest things to do. It takes hard work, and it takes commitment, and it takes discipline to follow through in school, to get the best grades that you can. And it's not always going to be perfect, but you always can find a way. Tutoring, staying after class, after school, for the extra help, not being afraid to ask questions and talk about stuff you don't understand. If it's your professor, your teacher, your principal, anybody who is your educator, don't be afraid to talk to them, to ask them questions. Now, everybody wants to have fun and experience a lot of different things. But you cannot lose sight on your future. And yes, you are going to have a growing process. But if you lay down goals and discipline yourself, it's not going to be easy, but it can be done. And if you understand that your education is to make sure you are set in the long run, then you are doing good. Because you understand doing good in school, going to college. Maybe it might not be for everybody, but it's a good opportunity. Going to school, going to a trade school. If you take the opportunities, then a positive outcome can happen. But you cannot be afraid to stay disciplined. You cannot be afraid to be the one who wants to study, who wants to do the best on the test, who is the person that says, I'm gonna pay attention in class, because it's going to benefit you in the long run. Get that degree. Get a training in a certain skill, because it can help you in the end. Everybody wants to have fun, go hang out, and there is always a time and a place. But don't be afraid to focus on your future. Don't be afraid to set goals. Don't be afraid to go the extra mile, to understand, to get the help. So when you graduate from college, you can find a job, have a family, a house, kids. You can have a wife or a husband. That is your choice for a female and a male. You can have whatever you desire if you put in the right attitude and the right effort. But don't be afraid to do your best in anything you do. Sports, school, cleaning all around the house, mowing the lawn, doing your chores, extra school activities, college clubs. Don't be afraid to put in the best you. Because if you set goals for your future and you stay disciplined and you make the correct choices, and even when you make the wrong choices, you can overcome, you can adjust, persevere, and understand how to come up. But you cannot be afraid to give the best you. Do your best in school. Do your best in whatever skill you have to make a living, to have food on your table, to have a house. Don't be afraid to go beyond, to think about your future. Think about just the joy of having your own place, your own car, your own food on the table. To be going on vacations at your own expense. To live the American dream. That whatever you put your heart and your mind to, you can accomplish. But you must be true with who you are, and don't give up, and give the best you can. When we come back, we will talk about the San Francisco 49ers after their first loss. right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. And just real quick, I gotta talk about the San Francisco 49ers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was a good Monday Night Football game. It lived up to all the expectations. But ladies and gentlemen, I am not a liar. The Seattle Seahawks are a threat, not only in the NFC Western Division, but the whole NFC. They can come to play, and they can make plays when it counts. The San Francisco 49ers, we gotta make plays to win the game. Because if you play to win the game, you gotta make plays when it counts. And the San Francisco 49ers have to step up. And so do the Dallas Cowboys. That was a crazy game. And they should have pulled it off. But that comes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that you have to finish. You have to play 4 quarters. And San Francisco, yes, it's just one game. Yes, it was a overtime game. Yes, it was a classic. But you gotta show up. The San Francisco 49ers have to make plays to win the game. And the Dallas Cowboys have to be destructive, and they gotta take it over. That's the only thing that is gonna make it work. So the next time we see the San Francisco 49ers, they have to show they can finish games against a very good opponent. Because this Seattle team is no joke. And if the Niners are not careful, Seattle's going to come back. So the San Francisco 49ers, they have to show up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support and for your time. We will be back soon. You can find the show on YouTube, Spotify, Speaker app, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and the new one, Podcast Addicts. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good rest of your Thursday. Keep the positives going.